Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Marty.
Hey, Marty, where are you going?
I'm going to work.
Can you show me where you work?
Sure, come on in.
So, where are we?
This is the Katie headquarters.
What's Katie?
Katie is Canada's go-to for HIV and hepatitis C information and so much more.
Well, what do you mean by so much more?
Well, we have free online education, health brochures, and research on best practices related to testing, treatment, and prevention.
Oh, is that all?
Not even close. We also cover sexual health, STIs, and substance use health.
Substance use health. Could you explain that a bit more?
Sure, that's supporting people who use drugs to stay healthy and safe, and to access treatment options if they choose.
Oh, so it's like a no judgment approach.
That's right. We published a statement last year on the need to provide a full spectrum of health services for people who use drugs.
This statement is for who?
Well, it's for people who provide services, but also policymakers so that they're making decisions based on best evidence. We also published a statement last year on DoxyPEP.
DoxyPEP?
Sorry, that's doxycycline post-exposure prophylaxis. It's an antibiotic taken after sex to prevent infections such as syphilis.
Oh, so it's kind of like PrEP for HIV.
It's similar, but this time we're talking about other STIs. We do have a brochure on HIV PrEP, which we updated last year to reflect new long-acting injectable options.
How do you get those brochures out to people?
Funny you should ask. Ali right here can explain more.
Oh, hey, Allie.
Hi,
How do you distribute your brochures?
follow me. Through our online ordering center, we distributed over 500,000 free publications last year in English and in French.
En français aussi.
Oui, bien sûr.
Vous parlez français?
Oui, je viens de Montréal. Cathy offre tous ses services pan-canadiens dans les 2 langues.
Et qu'est-ce que ce centre de distribution propose?
Nous avons récemment ajouté des nouveautés, comme une bande dessinée sur la santé sexuelle des personnes trans et une série d'affiches sur la syphilis à l'intention des femmes autochtones.
Je n'arrête pas d'entendre que la syphilis est en hausse.
C'est malheureusement vrai. Nous avons lancé un cours et un atelier pour aider les prestataires de services à s'attaquer au problème.
Shreya is one of our health educators who delivers this type of programming.
Oh, hey, Shreya. So tell me, what kind of education do you provide?
Everything from webinars to online courses and workshops. Last year, we had over 10,000 learners attending these sessions. We've also added CME accredited courses on pregnancy planning and living with HIV, as well as U equals U.
Right. Undetectable equals...
Untransmittable. So a person who is living with HIV and who is on effective treatment can't pass it on to a sexual partner.
Whoa, that is revolutionary.
It really is, and I wish more people knew about U equals U. It also motivates people to start and stay on treatment, and this is actually something that we talked about in a campaign we did last year.
So I guess living with HIV isn't so difficult anymore.
Yeah, it's better, but stigma still remains a challenge, and that's actually one of the reasons we publish The Positive Side.
The positive side. What's that?
So The Positive Side is a health and wellness magazine by and for people who are living with HIV. And so last year, we provided magazine publishing training to an editorial collective of Canadians who are living with HIV. And we distributed more than 4,000 copies of their magazine all across the country, and all for free.
4,000? Whoa, that's reaching a lot of people.
Grâce à nos initiatives de sensibilisation du public, nous rejoignons encore plus de gens.
Comment faites-vous cela?
Par des entrevues avec les médias,
Des articles d'opinion et des projets qui ciblent des communautés spécifiques.
Quelle communauté?
Par exemple, les Autochtones, les personnes immigrantes et nouvellement arrivées. Nous avons lancé un site web multilingue qui propose de l'information en 14 langues.
Y compris en langue autochtone?
Oui, nous avons travaillé avec des communautés autochtones afin de traduire dans leur langue des infos sur la santé.
Génial! C'est une bonne chose que ces ressources trouvent leur place au sein des communautés. Marty, do you work with communities directly?
Absolutely. We work with community organizations to support the development of Indigenous-led and Black-led HIV awareness campaigns.
Oh, you run campaigns too?
We sure do, like our Proud Pricks campaign for gay and bi men, and also our routine practice campaign for hepatitis B and C screening for immigrants and newcomers.
Do your campaigns also target service providers?
Sometimes, like our anti-stigma toolkit, which is for organizations who support people who use drugs in Ontario.
Oh, cool. But why just Ontario?
Well, we have a special mandate from the Ontario Ministry of Health for special projects, like the Hepatitis C Elimination Roadmap and training and support for service providers in Ontario.
And what kind of support can service providers expect?
Things like virtual education, sharing best practices, and attending in-person conferences for service providers.
Oh, you also attend research conferences.
That's right. We attend national and international conferences and create highlight videos and interviews to share with people what we learned back home.
Gotcha. That way, people can find out what they missed.
Exactly. We create reports and guidelines on Katie events like the Pan-Canadian Hepatitis C Elimination Meeting and the HIV Self-Testing Dialogue.
Wow, that's a lot. How do you get all of this done?
Well, with support from our public funders, our industry partners, the leadership of our board of directors, and of course, our team of dedicated staff working all across the country in 5 different time zones.
Well, in my time zone, I have to get going. But thanks for talking to me about your work at Katie.
Thanks for visiting, and we hope to see you again next year. Bye!
Take 1. Action.
Well, Ali can explain. She's right here.
Take 4. Action.
Ali right here can explain more.
Take 6.
Which we updated last year to include long-acting injectable options.
How do you get those brochures?
I missed the cue. B and hepatitis C go-to for information.
Are you just gonna text like that?
Yeah.
Directors and our team of dedicated staff working all across the country in 5 different time zones. Well, thanks for visiting us, and bye!